guys, how are you? It's good to see you. Hope everyone is doing super. Today we are going to do another science experiment because I love science. It is the best. It's so much fun and it's so interesting, and it just helps us learn loads of things about the world around us. And in the last few weeks we've learned so much about our homes and our gardens, because that is where we are spending the majority of our time. And I think it's just great to explore whatever environment we're in. So today we are going to take advantage of the beautiful weather we've been getting, and we are going to do an experiment. And today we're going to write a scientific report, which is super cool, which makes the science even more sciencey. And we are going to see what melts in the sun, or what melts kind of whenever you apply heat or raise the temperature of something. So normally the things that we're used to melting would be ice creams or ice lollies if we don't eat them super fast and it's really warm outside. So if we get an ice cream, if we're lucky enough to get an ice cream, if we've been very good, and we're outside in the sun, sometimes it kind of melts or starts to run down our hands and gets all sticky. Sometimes it can be a bit of a nightmare, so we have to try and eat it a bit faster than we normally would, because the sun is very hot and the ice cream would be very cold. So when something hot and something cold meet, they kind of change each other. So the hot thing tries to make the cold thing a bit hotter, and then the cold thing tries to make the hot thing a bit colder. So they kind of meet in the middle and they start to get warm, which is kind of in the middle of hot and cold. Like whenever it's winter time, it would be quite cold, and then whenever we're coming into the summer, it starts to get nice and warm and we don't have to wear our coats and our jackets and our hats as often. And then we come into the summer and it's lovely and warm and we can run around in our shorts and t-shirts. So that's hot and cold, and we are going to do an experiment to see what things around the house will change or will melt whenever we leave them out in the sun for too long. So first thing we need is a bun tray. Any size will do. This one has 12 little compartments, holes for buns. So I'm going to stick with this one, and because this has 12, I'm using 12 different objects. So each one will have its own little space to melt or to just chill out or do whatever it does, and none of them will mix into each other, so we can see exactly how the sun affects each one. So we're going to do a mixture of normal things around the house, a bit of food, a bit of random stuff that everyone kind of just accumulates, and we're going to see. Now I don't have any toys with me today, they're all in crash, so you guys can change whatever you want to put in. I've seen that Lego is a good one to put in, maybe some doll's clothes or a few blocks or whatever you'd like. So my first thing is going to, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 items, 12 things that I'm going to put in, and I have my lovely scientific report. So I've got a piece of paper, I've written items, so whenever I put something in, I'll write them here so I can keep a list of them. And then I've written, do I think they will melt? And did they melt? So whenever I put them in my tray, I'll write my items here, and then whenever they're all in there, I'll have a look at each one of them and think, do I think this will melt in the sun? Which is a very important part of an experiment, because we do an experiment and think, oh, I wonder what will happen. And we write down what we think will happen. And then we write down what actually happens. So then we have a result of our experiment and we will have learned from it. So items, do I think they will melt? And then did they melt? So I put a tick beside them whenever we're ready. First things first, what am I going to put in my tray? Okay, I'm going to put this coin in. I have 50 cent. It is made of metal, and I know that sometimes if metal is really, really, really hot, then it melts and it changes shape and you can make it into different things. That's how this coin was made. Somebody got lovely gold, maybe metal, and melted it down and then put it in a 50-cent shape and then pressed it, and then it came out as this. So I'll put this in my container. I will write, actually I might write everything at the end. Yeah, we'll just stick to one thing at a time. So I have 50 cents, I have a blueberry, and I don't know if this will melt. It's kind of cold because it was in the fridge, so I'll have a think about that. I'll put that in the next container. What else do I have? And I have this lovely kind of pink stone. I don't know where I got it, but it's pretty cool. And I don't know if stones melt or not, so I'll put that in there. That'll be an interesting one. What else do I have? I have some ice. It's a bit slippy. Oh, I have some ice in the shape of an elephant. It's really cool. So I wonder if that will melt in the sun. Spoiler, there's already some water on my hands, but we'll keep an eye on it. What else? I have another random thing around my house. It is a marble with Rugby World Cup 2011 written on it for some reason, and it is the Irish one, so let's pop that in right beside my blueberry. Well, in a different compartment than my blueberry, but they're kind of hanging out together. Next one I have, ooh, this looks yummy. This is a milk chocolate caramel wafer bar. Delicious. Now there's chocolate on this, so maybe it's too big to fit in, so, oh, ow. I'll use my knife. I have, oops. Oh. Okay, that's a bit broken. Well, there we go. Ooh. I'll put that in there. Oh no! And I will eat the rest after my dinner. Or maybe later. And what else do we have? We have chocolate and, oh! I have a plastic golf tee, which I know some plastic melts in the sun, but I don't know about this one, so I'll pop that in there. And then I have a lovely candle that's all gone, so I'm going to use some of the wax from it. You don't need a knife or anything for the wax because it comes off very easily. Oh, and it still smells lovely. So there's our wax. Put a good bit in there. Put another chunk in. There we go. Lovely candle. And yes, my butter. Interesting. I wonder what will happen with this. I will use my knife. There we go. Obviously, if we're using knives, mamas and daddies are going to be helping us with these. And I have 1, 2, 3 more spaces. I'm going to use some soap, which I would guess would melt, because I think soap is kind of like wax a little bit maybe. Oh, so that's kind of crumbled everywhere. It didn't break off like I thought it would. And lovely smell off that as well. What else? I have 2 more spaces. Yes, I'm going to put in some salt and pepper, because whenever I'm making my dinner, and I'm following a recipe, it always says to add salt and pepper. So I put in my salt and pepper in the recipe, and then it just disappears. I don't know where it goes. So it's kind of like it melts into the dinner, or you could say it dissolves into the dinner, it just disappears into the mixture. So I wonder if the same thing will happen with the sun. If the sun will make it disappear. Oh, was that? That's salt. Have to get the right ones. And the last one, I have my absolute favourite cheese. I wonder if this will melt in the sun. There we go. Now, I will show you guys a close-up. Okay, so we have our coin, our ice in the shape of an elephant, our cheese, our soap, our salt and pepper, our wax, our stone, our blueberry, marble, chocolate, plastic, golf tee, and some butter. And now I'm going to write in our scientific journal. Okay, so that is our tray, our experiment tray. I'm going to fill in my scientific experiment, and I was going to tick or put an X beside will I think they will melt, but I don't want to influence you guys at all. So I'm going to write everything down, and then I am going to tick or X what I think is going to happen, and then I'll put them outside, and then I'll show you guys afterwards to see if they match up, because I want you guys to think by yourselves whether or not you think your items are going to melt. And if you have some of the same items, then I don't want to put an idea in your head. I want you guys to think about it all by yourself, because I know you're all very, very clever. So I'm going to write these down. I'm going to put them outside in the sun for maybe an hour, and then I'll bring you guys outside, we'll have a look, and then we'll come back to our scientific experiment and we'll write down what happens. Okay, I'm really excited. This is going to be cool, and I will see you guys in an hour. Hi guys, so the tray has been out here for 2 hours and the sun has just gone behind a big cloud, so might as well see how they're doing. So let's see, we have our coin here. We'll use our stick to see. Oh, no, it doesn't seem, it's a bit warm, but it doesn't seem to be melted. We'll check our blueberry. Nope, it's a bit warm, but not melted. Our marble. Nope, nice and warm though. We'll check our chocolate to see if that's melted. Oh, it is a little bit. Yeah, that looks yummy, doesn't it? So it's not melted full through, because I don't know if the wafer part of it melts, but that's cool that our chocolate is melted. Is our stone melted? Nope. Nice and warm though. What's this? Oh, this was our ice. So that's completely melted into water. That's pretty cool. This was our cheese. It's a bit hard there, but you can see that some of it is melted in the sun, which is pretty cool. This one, what was this? Our wax. Now it's gotten hard again, but it looks like some of it melted in the heat. See there, it looks a bit melty, so okay, that looks cool. This one is our tea. Let's see. Nope, not melted. So our tea's not melted. We'll check our soap. Nope. Oh, I thought that was gonna melt. Okay. And then our salt and pepper. No, they haven't really changed at all. They're still solid. And then what is this? Oh, our butter. Look at that. Ooh, that has melted in the sun and it's very oily. So that's cool. I might leave them for a bit longer, or I might bring them in and we'll write up our experimental report. Cool, science. Hi guys. So we have brought our tray back in from outside because I think the sun is gone for the rest of the day. So we'll have a look at our experiment report. So I have written whether or not I think the items will melt. I did this before and I put it out. So you can put an X or a tick, or you can write yes or no. So for the marble, I did an X, said no, I don't think it'll melt. So let's look at our marble, and no, it hasn't melted. So did they melt? I'm going to put no. So that's the same as my prediction, what I thought would happen. And then the blueberry, I put an X, no, I don't think it'll melt. And the blueberry, nope, didn't melt. It's a little bit warmer, but didn't melt, so I'll put no. The coin, I put an X, saying no, and it didn't melt, but it's a little bit warmer because the sun heated it up, but it wasn't hot enough to melt it. And then the ice, I can't pick that up because it's melted, and there's lovely warm water on my finger, so that is cool. That did melt, so I have a tick beside this saying yes in my column where I predicted what would happen, and now I can do a big yes that it did melt. So this is what it's looking like so far. No, yes. So it goes right beside our predictions. So then for the stone, nope, lovely and solid. It's just a bit warm. So I said no, that will not melt, so I'll put a no beside that. Chocolate. Now, the chocolate did melt a bit. Oh, you can see there, it's a bit gooey. You can see it's on my fingers there. So the chocolate did melt. And I put a tick beside that saying yes. So I'll put another yes. We guessed correctly. And then the cheese. Did the cheese melt? Yeah, the cheese melted a little bit and then got hard again. So I'm still going to put down a yes because it did melt. And then whenever the sun went away, it stopped melting. So I'm going to put a yes. And the wax, candle wax. So that's another kind of. It melted a little bit in the very, very hot sun, and then it got hard whenever the sun went away. So I guessed yes. So I'm going to put yes. And then I'm just going to put in brackets kind of. Yes. Kind of. And the plastic tea for my golf. Nope. Didn't melt. So I guess no. So I'm going to put no again. The butter, not going to put my finger in it, but yes, it melted, I think, nearly straight away, and it looks lovely and oily and greasy. So I guess yes. So I'm going to write yes. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper did not melt. So it didn't disappear like it does in the cooking. So I'm going to do no. And then the soap did not melt at all. I thought it was going to, so I put a tick. Yeah, I put a tick and a yes beside it whenever I was asked, do I think they will melt? So I was wrong on that one, so I'm going to put no. Now, that is how you write a scientific report. So you can put whatever objects or whatever items you'd like to put in your bun tray, and you can write them on your page and see if they'll melt, and you can guess or predict what is going to happen to them, and then you can write down whether they do or do not melt whenever they're put in the sun. So, hope you guys had fun. I learned that soap does not melt in the sun. So that was an interesting takeaway from today's experiment, and that is what experiments are all about, asking questions and learning things. So, successful experiment, and now I have my experimental report. So whenever you're finished with a report, you write your name on it and you put it away with all your other experiments. So you can go back and have a look whenever you think, oh, what happened whenever we put stuff in the sun? Then you can go back and check. So enjoy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.